Magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Welcome to another episode of the Philippine Society of Hypertension, Usapang Presyon Podcast. Ako po ay si Dr. Alejandro Bimbo Diaz, ang presidente ng Philippine Society of Hypertension. And today, we're going to talk about a topic that's becoming more relevant in clinics, in barangay health centers, and even at home. Ang topic natin for today is wearables in healthcare and the role in hypertension prevention and control. So to understand this evolving technology, we are joined by a digital health advocate, clinician, and active Philippine Society of Hypertension member, Dr. Arnold Mina. Welcome, Arnold.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's an honor to be part of this podcast. Hopefully, the information that we share today will be of much help to our listeners, especially our PSH members who are championing hypertension care in this country.
Within PSH, we often emphasize accurate and accessible blood pressure monitoring. How would wearables fit into this growing space?
Well, sir, the use of wearables in monitoring blood pressure is very promising. Once fully validated at na-test na, sir, yung accuracy niya, it will allow for continuous blood pressure monitoring with the potential to improve blood pressure control 24/7. This is what we want. Kailangan controlled all throughout the day. But siguro, first of all, sir, define natin, ano ba yung wearables? When you say wearables in healthcare, it refers to devices that are attached to the body to collect health and fitness data. Tapos they are equipped with sensors that collect data in real time. So, dire-diretso, sir. Yung data na makukuha dito ng pasyente can be made available to their healthcare provider. Examples, no, sir, yung fitness trackers, what we call fitness trackers, yun yung mga pinaka-most well-known, yung pedometer. Pedometer, measure niya, sir, yung number of steps taken per day. Now, modern fitness trackers will also record the distance covered per day, the number of calories burned, and then yung mga sleep quality na kukuha nila. Then yung pinakakilalang natin lahat, yung oximeter. Maraming nakakakilala dyan.
Oximeter.
Especially nung nag-COVID, it is placed on the fingertips. It measures the oxygen saturation as well as the heart rate. And yung mga smartwatches, sir, nauso ngayon, yung mga iba-ibang brands that show heart rate and oxygen levels. And then yung mga more expensive models, meron silang ECG tracing, sir.
Grabe talaga.
Opo, so, para kita yung arrhythmia, sir.
Living in digital health information age,
Yes.
makes us, not only doctors, but the people who looks into this digital health to be able to actually monitor their health better.
Yes.
You know. So, meron din mga patches, no? There are patches that check the ECG for the heart, for heart rhythm abnormalities for up to 14 days, involving or improving detection of irregular heartbeats.
Kasi yung Holter, sir, ngayong available, 24 hours lang yun eh. At most 48. So this one is very good kung sinasabi nyo 14 days.
Yes, 14 days. So pwedeng mahuli yung mga pabugso-bugso.
Yes. Napakahirap niya, sir.
Especially yung tinatawag nating atrial fibrillation.
Yes, yung paroxysmal
Correct,
atrial
paroxysmal. Minsan, hindi naman permanent, hindi consistent. Pamunsan-minsan lang.
Opo.
And then, nakita ko sa isang convention, meron na rin mga smart rings.
Yes, sir. Smart rings.
Comfortable to wear, no?
Opo.
This can monitor sleep, number of steps, recovery, and stress levels.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Of course, ang nakikita natin ngayon, and I think I have a lot of patients now, nakikita ko meron silang patch dito.
Opo, yeah.
Ito, CGM,
Yes,
continuous glucose monitor.
Yes, sir. Nakalagay sa app yun eh. Chinecheck nila ng cellphone. Galing.
Oo. Even though hindi sa kasing accurate ng blood, kasi interstitial tissue, kahit pa paano may correlation.
At least it alerts
may correlation siya.
It alerts you. Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, sir, yung topic natin for today, smartwatches that check the blood pressure. So, yung older version, gaya nung ginamit nyo, sir, meron siyang cuff nandun sa wrist, no? But newer versions now are more comfortable kasi wala na siyang cuff. May mga optical sensors na siya that will check the blood pressure. So, it will allow for continuous monitoring. Nakasuot sa kanila all throughout the day, during sleep. And actually, yung mga newer, more expensive models naman, like for example sa Apple, they have hypertension notification. Yung latest nila, sir, hypertension notifications. Sasabihin lang sa'yo, there are signs that your blood pressure is high. You should go and have your blood pressure checked by a doctor or a local health center or your neighbor with with a validated blood pressure upper arm BP device. So, magaling sir. Pero yung last na nakita ko sir, sinasabi nila, medyo malayo itong wrist, maliit yung radial artery, dito nila nilalagay sa likod ng ear. Mas malapit siya sa carotid artery, which is a bigger artery than the wrist, the radial artery. Tapos more stable and less prone to motion artifacts kasi gumagalaw yung wrist natin all throughout the day eh. So, very promising sir. Ilalagay lang dito sa likod ng ear.
Yes, indeed, very promising talaga, Doc Arnold. No? As you can see, before, as you said, ang tinitingnan natin yung mga may cuff, like what I'm wearing, umiipit ito, so may cuff siya. Pero now, there are now ongoing studies and looking at the cuffless
Cuffless monitors.
smartwatches, and others that can check the trending. Alam mo, importante kasi kung minsan, not the accuracy. Yung parang kunyari doon sa CGM, hindi naman sa accurate na kung ano yung nasa dugo. But more or less, you can correlate kung ano ba ang tendency ng blood pressure. There's such a thing as blood pressure average, o kaya kinuha mong blood pressure na nakapagpahinga ka talaga to diagnose normal blood pressure, elevated blood pressure, or hypertension. Pero meron din yung tinatawag na gusto mo makita kung ano ang variability pa iba-iba ang blood pressure mo. Kung konti lang, kunyari sa aeroplano, parang konti lang, okay lang yun. Pero kung parang turbulent, masyadong na-stress ka, chronic stress, pababa, tapos ataas na naman, yun ang nakakasira sa lining ng ugat, di ba?
Yes,
you call the endothelium, di ba? Nasisira siya. No? Something that which can lead to premature damage of the blood vessel, atherosclerosis, and so on. No? So, in effect, these devices help patients track their various health parameters during daily activity.
Yes, sir. Ganda po.
Okay, so the Philippine Society of Hypertension always promotes early detection, consistent monitoring, and lifestyle modification, pagbabago ng pamumuhay. How do wearables support this?
In several ways. Number one, with regard to early detection, the use of these devices will make patients more aware of their blood pressure. Eh yun yan gusto natin eh. Aware sila na dapat mo i-check yung blood pressure nila, whether it's normal or elevated. So early detection of raised BP, yung ginagawa natin sir, screening programs, will lead to early management kasi makikita nila mataas BP ko, kailangan pumunta ako sa doctor, pa-check up ako, and then ano ba yung ginagawa ng mga natin sa kanila? Lifestyle change, or kung kailangan na talaga is medical treatment, and this will lead to prevention of complications. Napakaliit sir ng mga device na to, madali na kasi di ba nung araw nga yung BP cuff na malaki, yung sphygmomanometer, and then yung digital malaki. Now, kung wristwatch lang na ganun, they are small, portable, and very easy to use. And they will allow multiple and continuous monitoring of the blood pressure, sir.
Kanina lang, aside from that, the blood pressure, when I was driving, coming out from my house, going to the hospital, pansin ko, parang may iba sa feeling ko, no? Something like that. Then I look at my heart rate. It's 94. Hindi yun ang heart rate ko eh. So, ano man inisip ko? Kulang ako sa tubig. Meron akong malaming
Hydrate ako, sir.
Mamaya, kita ko slowly it went down to 87, then went down to 79 eventually.
Siguro nakaka-relax din yung pag-inom-inom niya ng tubig,
kasi,
sir.
actually, since I'm a stroke neurologist, di ba? Kita namin yan. Many patients na nag-stroke na nadadala sa emergency room, ang isang nakikita namin, nag-i-improve sila pag dinextrose. Pag nilagyan mo pa lang ng IV fluid, okay, nag-i-improve ang neurologic status nila. Ibig sabihin, some of these patients nag-stroke, hindi lang nagbabara, kundi may relative dehydration, kulang sa tubig.
So gumaganda yung flow ng
Gumaganda ang flow, yes.
Through the blood vessels.
So hindi lang blood pressure, even the heart rate can give us information, di ba?
Opo. Yun ang kagandahan, sir, ng wearables kasi kahit nasan ka, check mo yung blood pressure. Hindi mo na kailangan kuhanin sa bag, ilagay mo sa arm mo.
Right. So, may tanong ako, Dr. Arnold. Regarding yan sa accuracy ng blood pressure, di ba? So, yung upper arm kasi, matagal na natin ginagawa yan.
Yes,
kasi yung pumping ng puso mula sa left ventricle, pag nag-contract, at pag-push dun sa pinakamalaking artery natin, yung tinatawag ng aorta, tapos pupunta yan doon hanggang doon sa dito, sa upper arm, yung tiyawag na natin yung brachial artery. So, mga around 27 centimeters yan, hindi masyadong malayo. So, anong pressure dito, halos ganun din ang nakukuha ang blood pressure pag bine-measure.
It approximates, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So, ang tanong dyan, since people are now using Hawa naman kung dala-dala mo yung arm parating, gusto nila yung nasa wrist na lang. May studies ka bang nakikita na ano bang difference pagka mas malayo na, mas distant na, radial artery na, mas maliit na ng konti, ano nangyayari sa systolic blood pressure or diastolic blood pressure?
Actually, sir, ang recommendation talaga is to use the upper arm blood pressure with a cuff device. Now, yung wrist monitor na sinasabi niyo, sir, yung precursor ng wearables, meron tayong wrist monitors ng blood pressure. Ang difference actually nila is may konting...
Before you proceed,
yes, sir.
Di ba gumawa tayo ng correlative study,
Apo.
pinagawa tayo ng hindi validation study ito, ha?
Well, it's not the validation.
Pinorelate lang natin para
Apo,
sa
sir.
mga gusto ng pang blood pressure monitors na nasa wrist.
Apo.
Hindi to smartwatch, ano?
Apo.
Blood pressure pa rin device, pero wrist level.
Apo.
Ano nakita mo sa dun sa
When you say validation kasi, sir, it means yung standard blood pressure that we use, yung mercury dati and then digital monitors, na tinest natin against the standard, when you say validated, consistent, almost the same readings yan with the standard.
Yes.
So, validated yon. Yung ginawa nating study, sir, is just correlation. Ano ba yung makikita mong blood pressure using the wrist and using the arm. Nung ginawa natin, sir, may correlation, meaning to say, halos the same with the systolic blood pressure. However, yung diastolic blood pressure was lower by about 10 millimeters mercury. Mga past studies, nakita nila, yung wrist BP is a little higher by mga 5 to 10 millimeters
So in other words,
mercury.
Arnold, although may konting difference and understand physiologically sa blood vessels,
Opo.
pero at least masasabi ba natin na kung correlation na pagka kunyari isang tao may gano'n, tapos medyo nahihilo siya, di mo alam kung high blood or low blood.
Yes, sir.
Okay, blood pressure. Pag check mo doon, mababa. So mas malaman kaysa hindi, tama naman yun, hindi lang
Tama.
ganun kasi accurate.
Yes.
Mababa rin talaga blood pressure.
Apo.
And maybe he should not take, kasi yung iba kung nahihilo, automatic maglalagay
Maglalagay
sa
sa
liquid.
liquid.
Ayun pala, mababa na, lagay pa sila, dehydrated pa.
Ma-stroke
Lalo-
sila, sir.
May kilala kong ganyan.
Pwedeng mangyari.
Kasi
Marami, sir. Marami,
meron
sir.
kong ganyan nakita.
Nagkaroon ng, ang tawag nyo, hypoperfusion.
Hypoperfusion. Oo. Nung nalaman ko, kakilala ko ng tao yun, ay, alam mo, dahil nakita niya na minsan tumas ang blood pressure niya, nagtitake isang regular, hindi naman pala
Hindi,
sa
sir.
hypertensive. Pangalawa, hindi sa masarap umiinom ng tubig. So, nung nag-stroke siya, nakita ko doon sa MRI niya, ang hypoperfusion, ang characteristic yan parang rosary beads. Kita ko sa MRI.
So, ano,
So,
sir,
lagyan namin ng water, dextrose water,
gumanda yung
gumanda
niya
na
perfusion,
agad.
sir. So, nag-improve siya.
Nag-improve siya.
Oh, maganda,
So,
sir.
importante pala yun. So, pag nahilo ka, how do you know kung tumaas masyado ang blood pressure? No? So, kung pwede rin pala yun.
Well, sir, for especially for elderly individuals,
O especially kung mag-abroad
madali isot, sir, Madali isot yun Kasi ito
Nagta-travel ka.
Yes,
at least
mas portable
meron
siya,
kang
madali
portability.
So, yun ang parang precursor ng wearables. Nag-check tayo ng wrist blood pressure and nakita nga natin, may konting correlation siya with the systolic. Diastolic, plus 10 siya, nagpa-plus 10 siya. So, ang reasoning, sir, actually, one of the reasons, kasi nga, medyo malayo siya sa heart, mas maliit yung blood vessel, pero ang nakita namin, ang importante pala is yung positioning nung wrist, sir, kasi nung dating mga models, sabi nila, shoulder position. Yung iba naman, horizontal position, the heart, pero yung ngayong gadgets ng wrist blood pressure should be at the desk position with the wrist level with the heart. So yun, sir, yung accuracy. Kasi baka akala ng pasyente, pag nilagay, nakaganon lang.
Correct.
So mali, sir. Since mas smaller yung blood pressure compared to this, mas sensitive siya to the positioning, sir. So dapat we tell our patients using the wrist BP, yung positioning is very important.
So yun
Yun.
dapat tandaan nyo yung paglagay yun ng monitor, wrist monitor, dapat kinan nyo kung nakatapat ba, level ba ng puso.
Now, going back, sir, to wearables, napakaganda niya kasi ano ba yung gusto natin? Should be consistent monitoring Sana nga pagka naging validated na itong mga wearables, napakaganda. No? Kasi hindi lang static BP. Yung recommendation sa guidelines, you sit down, dapat yung cuff should be at heart level, naka-relax ka for mga 3 to 5 minutes and then check the blood pressure. Pero ito ngayon kasi during activity, naglalakad ka sa mall, magche-check siya ng BP. Kumakain ka, nagche-check ka ng BP. Sabi sa guidelines, before, 30 minutes before, don't eat, don't drink, don't smoke, no? So ito, kinukuha niya yung static blood pressure, yung nakapahinga, and activity, during activity. So, i-adjust natin yun, sir. I-share sa atin. So, I think this is a very napakagandang avenue for knowledge, sir, kasi ang dami nating matututunan with this.
Maganda
Pag umano,
So
sir.
therefore, ang ibig sabihin, Dr. Arnold, hindi
Opo.
lang yung tayo ngayon, mostly pag nagda-diagnose tayo ng hypertension, it's resting.
Resting,
blood
sir.
pressure.
Opo.
Pero if you're already known hypertensive or normotensive, maganda rin makita yung ang blood pressure variability. Kasi
Yes, sir.
may mga
Yes, sir.
taong na
Opo.
talagang hindi magandang masyadong mataas ang fluctuation ng blood pressure.
Kung may mga patients tayo gumagamit dito ng wearable, sir, as of now, since hindi pa validated, perhaps makakatulong kung sasabihin natin, magawa kayong diary. Ano bang ginagawa nyo at this hour? And then, pag tiningnan mo yung BP niya during that time, naglalakad ba siya sa mall?
Correct.
So, expected mataas. O nagalit siya sa kapitbahay niya o sa
Yes.
asawa niya. So, yun, sir, makikita natin yung trends ng blood pressure.
In fact,
Maganda.
meron ako nabasa na pagka yung mga physically conditioned, yung
Opo,
physically fit,
Yes, sir.
pag nag-exercise sila, naturally tataas ang blood pressure nila. Because hindi man.
Yes.
Pero the condition sila, mabilis din bumaba to normal pag nag-rest sila. Whereas someone na hindi condition, medyo mas matagal bumalik sa
Opo.
Kung tumaas ang BP nila, mataas pa rin ang blood pressure. Parang sa salt, diba? Sa salt sensitive, lahat naman tayo, pag kumain tayo ng medyo maalat, medyo tataas ang blood pressure ng sandali lang.
Opo.
Pero kung salt sensitive hypertensive ka, matagal bago bumaba ang
Opo, sir. Tama.
salt sensitive ka talaga. Oh, yeah.
So doon papasok yung sasabihin sa pasyente, yung during activity, your blood pressure can elevate.
Yes.
Pero what's important is that bababa siya with rest, hindi
Yes.
siya sustained. Which is the definition of sa trial, sa mga studies, sasabihin nila, you are hypertensive if
Yes.
your blood pressure is sustained.
Yes.
Yung elevation is sustained all throughout. Nakapahinga, tutulog, nakahiga, etc. Sir, yun. So, yun ang sustained elevation is equal to hypertension, sir.
So, as regards lifestyle modification, the data collected from health monitoring
Yes. Opo.
devices lead to more personalized management. Being aware of the blood pressure encourages the patient to keep it normal or controlled. It encourages healthy habits and lifestyle changes. As stated earlier, these devices monitor sleep quality, total number of steps per day, physical activity, and even stress levels, all of which are known to influence blood pressure.
Opo, tama, sir. Nakikita yun eh. And actually, isa siguro sa mga pinaka-important, before wearables, yung sinasabi lang sa pasyente, you should do home blood pressure monitoring. When you check your blood pressure, it empowers patients. Kasi sir, alam nila that yung data that they get will lead to insights that can be acted upon. Pag mataas BP, adjust the medications. Pag normal, continue, etc. No? So, one of the benefits actually is that it encourages patients to be more involved. Kasi kasali ako eh. Kasali ako.
Correct.
Sasabihin ko kay Dr. Diaz, pagpunta ko sa clinic, Dok, mataas sa bahay. Pag dito, normal. Mga
Yeah,
ganun ba?
yes, sir.
Diba? So, yung management, and then this improves compliance, and adherence. Kasi,
Adherence.
pag umiinom pala ako lagi ng gamot, normal lagi BP ko. Eh, may mga pasyente sa tinetest nila eh. Hindi siya iinom ng gamot for 1 week. Dok, papacheck up kasi ako, 2 linggo ako hindi uminom ng gamot, di ba? Pag-check mo. So this one, pag nakikita nila, it will lead to, pag more compliant, more adherence in medication, it will lead to durable blood pressure control.
Correct.
Yun, sir, nangyayari.
For example, yung may mga pasyente ako na, meron ng mga wearables talaga. Naka-bluetooth sila sa app, may app sila.
Apo.
So,
Yes,
tingnan ko nga, pakita nila sa cellphone nila, sa app. Makikita ko yung trend kung yung blood pressure nila on the average are okay. Or makikita ko pa, kung minsan mataas, itong araw na ito okay ito. So, tama ka, day by themselves, nakikita nila, this week medyo Christmas season. So, sigurado na marami tayong kakainin. So, they're more aware na blood pressure sila monitor. Baka maisahan sila eh.
Opo.
Kasi di ba, as we see it already na during the season, holiday season, medyo tumataas talaga mga, nag-ER visits. Because,
pero sir, Asians kasi very sensitive to salt.
correct.
Alam nyo naman yung pagkain ng Pilipino. Kare-kare, may bagoong, may patis yung, etc. sir. So, sir, ang isang nakita kong maganda rin dito sa wearables, yung support niya for telemedicine kasi pwede nating tulungan actually yung mga kaibigan natin yung mga nagdo-doctor to the bar. Sir, bagong graduate lang yan eh. With difficult to manage cases, pwede nila tayong patingnan nga yung blood pressure. Sa ngayon, ang ginagawa is yung blood pressure.
Yan ang isang iniisip kong project natin talaga na since paladambihin natin ang magiging hypertension specialist sa mga susunod na taon. We are inviting a lot of doctors now na mag-take sila ng hypertension course, which we do it yearly. For example, next year sa July, and then kumuha sila ng exams, and then they become hypertension specialists. And then we can reach even as far as Tawi-Tawi, mga Batanes. We can assign, for example, a hypertension specialist who live here in Mindanao as part of their advocacy naman, corporate social responsibility, that they serve as, bigyan naman nila ng tama ba yung management? And I think, in the end, that will also save a lot of expenses from the government.
Yes, sir.
So, preventive tayo eh.
Yes, sir. Yun naman ang spirit ng universal healthcare.
Correct.
You prevent. Mas mura mag-prevent kaysa mag-treat ng stroke.
Correct. Oh.
MI, di ba mahal? Kalahating milyon ng angioplasty, etc. Sir. So, actually, magandang tulungan natin yung mga doctor to the barrios. Mga classmates ni Diego na doctor to the barrios. Actually, nung MMM 2 to 3 years ago, yung screening program natin, yung May Measurement Month, may pinadalan akong mga kaya lang hindi sila nakabili kasi walang wifi, sir, sa kanila. So, ang problema, walang wifi. At pangalawa, yung funding limitado rin ng konti, sir. So,
limited na. Okay, so let's clarify something, Doc Arnold. Many patients assume that smartwatch blood pressure readings are as accurate as arm cuff monitors. So what's the Philippine Society of Hypertension position here?
Well, sir, for now, watches that measure blood pressure are still a novelty. Pero popular na sila eh. Ang dami nang bumibili. Now, there are still questions regarding accuracy and lack of validation. Wala pa tayo, sir, protocol to validate these smartwatches na cuffless. But however, we all know na technology advances at a very rapid rate. So time will come when these gadgets will become validated and go into the mainstream. So for now, sir, for the diagnosis of hypertension, we still recommend the use of validated upper arm devices with cuffs. Okay? Yun nga, na-define na natin yung validated. Dapat consistent ang readings niya, the same as the standard blood pressure monitors. And this is in line with recommendations from the major guidelines. Now, yung mga first generation smartwatches, sir, gumagamit ng cuff, while the newer ones, yung optical sensors, not yet as accurate. So, as we enter the digital age of hypertension management, and as we embrace new technology for continuous blood pressure monitoring, we remind our listeners to one, as of now, wearable readings are not to be used for diagnosis. It can only monitor trends, which should be counter-checked by validated devices. For proper diagnosis, sir, we still recommend the Philippine Society of Hypertension still recommends the use of validated arm cuff devices. And until such a time when validation have been developed for cuffless wearable BP devices, they are just meant to complement and not replace the medical grade blood pressure monitors.
Right. At the very least, these gadgets create awareness of the need to check the blood pressure, and that's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
While wearables provide insights, the PSH guidelines still rely on standard blood pressure protocols. We encourage patients to always confirm unusual reading with a validated, PSH-validated arm cuff device. At marami niya mabibili nyo sa stores nationwide. Let's talk about real-world Filipino use cases.
Well, sir, may maraming examples tayo makikita. No? First of all, kung yung mga fitness trackers, yung mga patients who work night shifts, mga shift workers, pwedeng during the daytime, they can use sleep trackers to measure their movements during sleep para ma-estimate nila yung amount of sleep as well as the quality of sleep that they get. Kasi we know na pagka yung sleep pattern nila is disturbed, it will lead to chronic diseases eventually. Pagkakaroon ng hypertension, metabolic diseases, etc.
So, health workers who want to motivate senior citizens toward daily walking goals may use wearable step counters or pedometers. These are cheap and readily available but can enhance the patient's exercise experience.
Yes, murang-mura yan, sir, pedometers. Yung mga patients who complain of palpitations na nabanggit nyo na kanina, sir, pwede natin gamitin yung mga wristwatches with ECG rhythm capability to capture ECG tracing. Sir, pinapadala sa email yon. And this is useful for paroxysmal atrial fibrillation kasi mahirap i-document through Holter monitoring. Napakamahal ng Holter monitor. No? So, pag na-document mo, you can show it to your physician and mabibigyan ng tamang gamot. And then, may mga families, sir, that can share their BP apps, no? Yung trend charts, pwede nilang pakita sa kanilang doctor. And yung, of course, yung mga wide coat hypertension and mask hypertension, they benefit from out-of-office measurements. And nakikita natin na yung smartwatches like this can help in the future.
Right. So these tools improve awareness and can support the PSH programs such as community screening and education. Self-monitoring of blood pressure enhances the patient's desire to monitor their health and strengthen the resolve to take charge. With all this data collection, what should Filipinos be careful about?
Sir, just like any app na available through the internet, we should always be careful when we submit our private data to register.
Right.
So we would like to remind patients to be mindful of the following. You choose devices that have medical certifications, stick to trusted brands, and avoid cheap devices with unclear data security. Pwede nilang, sir, i-check whether the app encrypts health data or nagko-collect siya ng unnecessary personal information. So, you avoid those things. And then, yung password, sir, yung two-factor authentication, very important para strong yung
Yes.
password. So, yun lang para mahiwasan nilang mag-breach yung kanilang data.
So, Doc Arnold,
Yes,
where do you see wearables going in the next few years?
Well, sir, cuffless devices to measure BP show great promise as alternatives to traditional cuff monitors, but they are not yet proven to be accurate. According to a recent American Heart Association statement, naglabas sila, sir, last, I think, September or October. They are convenient, easy to use, and capable of continuous monitoring. Pero yun, sir, ang problema, with the volume of readings that they give, many of which are obtained in settings not previously used, such as yung sleep and activity. Kasi yun nga ang recommendation.
Yeah.
Standardized blood pressure measurement, nakaupo ka, nakapahinga ka, nakapatong yung cuff, yung arm should be level with the heart. So dito, you get it in settings that are not standard. So yung clinical relevance is still uncertain as of now. Pero sir, with that being said, I see the following trends with these gadgets. No, advances in technology will give way to more accurate cuffless sensors in the near future. Napakabilis, sir, ng development, no? Yung validation protocols, siguro even as we speak, nagde-develop na ng validation protocols for cuffless technology. And yung research, sir, to determine whether these device readings correlate with cardiovascular outcomes such as heart attacks and strokes, which is important. Yung mga heart endpoints natin, including mortality, nagko-correlate ba yung nakikita nating readings dito sa cuffless monitors?
Galing, no? So actually, I'm looking forward to that, no? As you see, I'm using wearables, diba?
Yes, sir.
I can
Ayun
monitor
ako,
my sleep quality, eh. So,
Okay.
I can see the average REM sleep, yung good sleep ko, deep sleep, light sleep, nakikita ko yung trending. So, blood pressure, pwede pa natin malaman kung what happens to our blood pressure. Normally, normal people, ang blood pressure tends to dip pag natutulog na tayo, bumababa pag tulog na tayo. But there are people na hindi nagdi-dip or non-dippers. O yung iba naman, imbes na mag-dip o hindi nagdi-dip, reverse dipper, tumataas pa during mga madaling araw. Ito yung mas
prone, sir, sila
to develop cardiovascular events like stroke.
sir.
No? So, AI, artificial integration that gives warnings to hypertensive spikes throughout the day
Yes.
can answer these.
Important, sir,
Yeah.
makikita mo eh.
So devices that detect signs of cardiovascular risk before symptoms appear
Yes, sir.
can be
Ganda yan.
highly preventive, can
Ganda yan,
warn
sir.
the person to seek consult to specialty care.
Siguro, sir, important din yan yung stronger integration with national health systems and telemedicine kasi nga
Right.
dapat naman talaga makisali yung sa national
Right.
para mas marami tayong ma-monitor. Community-based surveillance for hypertension prevalence, napakaganda niyan, sir, especially in the local government units. So again, the first step in diagnosing hypertension is to check the blood pressure. Because hypertension, sir, is a silent disease. Lagi natin sinasabi.
Right,
You
right.
cannot rely on symptoms to diagnose hypertension.
Yeah.
And napakaganda, sir. It is very enticing to think na by simply wearing a watch, monitor mo yung blood pressure mo, and it can be life-saving. Magbabago yung behavior nila, magkakaroon ng early medical treatment kung kailangan, and we can prevent long-term complications.
Right.
Di ba, sir? Yung accurate detection, madali lang, malapit na eh. It is so easy, and it can be part of daily life. Susot mo yung relos mo. Araw-araw, just that ka relos, di ba? It can help people get medical care earlier and prevent additional harm from delays in management. So, rapid, sir, technology. Alam natin, baka next year yan, meron na yan, sir, na magbabalidate na sila talaga. So, we hope to integrate these wearables in the management of hypertension, providing 24/7 control in the near future, sir. Malapit na.
Okay, so all these innovations can help the Philippine Society of Hypertension strengthen the preventive strategies, detect more patients with elevated blood pressure and hypertension, and improve blood pressure control in those receiving treatment, therefore producing better patient outcomes nationwide. So we're coming to the close of this podcast. Dr. Ano, maraming salamat. Advance Merry Christmas.
Welcome,
So,
sir.
thank you very much for sharing your expertise with regards to digital health, to wearables, powerful tools, not to replace doctors, but to empower patients and support the PSH mission of improving hypertension care and control in the country. In the future, we need to focus more on tailored interventions, identify patient subgroups that may benefit the most, and learn how to integrate wearables
Yeah.
with traditional care to enhance hypertension management.
So, complimentary, sir, sila. Thank you rin, sir. And to the Philippine Society of Hypertension, thank you for leading the way in hypertension education and advocacy.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Arnold Mina. And Dr. Arnold, by the way, is a former board member of us. Kaya lang medyo busy, a family, so but he's very much available to help us in the Philippine Society of Hypertension. And thank you again to all our listeners. Don't forget to follow this podcast and stay connected with Usapang Presyon Podcast, PSH, for more expert discussions. Okay, in 2 days' time, we'll have another last podcast for December, and we'll be talking about white coat hypertension, mask hypertension, and others. This is Dr. Bimbo Diaz reminding everyone to monitor your blood pressure, make healthy choices, and stay informed.